Hello Shenmue community, this is James Reiner again, aka Shengro86, on the Shenmue forums and Lord Conti everywhere else. Basically, I have a small video for you of a neat little glitch you can find in and perform in Shenmue 2 that allows you to skip loading areas and skip scripted cutscenes. So, for instance, you can use this to basically like skip the scene in the beginning of the game where Wong steals your bag and allows you to walk around like kind of with the bag and on your shoulder, which makes for some pretty awkward cutscenes actually. So basically, I'm just gonna perform it for you real quick. And before I do that, since it is a time-sensitive glitch, let me just basically briefly explain what's going on here. So basically, what this glitch does, like I said, it makes Ryo invisible, and it actually puts him in two separate places, which kind of confuses the game and how it presents Ryo to the player. Basically what happens is you have to find an area in the game where there's somebody standing that you can talk to, an NPC that you can talk to, standing next to a sign that you can zoom in on. And what you want to do is, and you got to time it right, you have to zoom in on the sign and then talk to somebody right before that zooming locks onto the sign. So, in effect, you are looking at a sign and talking to somebody at the same time. Now, interesting enough, what happens is the Ryo gets locked into looking at the sign, but since the conversation ends, it gives control back to the player, which is kind of interesting how that works. I'm assuming it has something to do with like RAM allocation and all that. The two processes exist in two separate areas of RAM, which makes them both execute. So, but I'm not going to get too technical on that. So basically, I'm just going to perform this glitch and show you that you can skip a loading area. And now, mind you, this is all works on every version of Shenmue 2. It works on the Dreamcast version, all regions, and the Xbox version, all regions, and also on the Xbox version running on the 360. Which I have no idea why you would play it on the 360 because the music does not work right. All right, so without further ado, let's do this. So here we are right outside Manmo Temple in Scarlet Hills, and we have Fang Mei standing in front of Godhead Fortune Tellers. So let's go ahead and perform this. What you want to do is zoom in a little bit, right, and try to talk to Fang Mei right when you look at the sign. All right. So this is running on the Xbox version. However, it's it has the undub mod running on it. So let me just get out of this conversation. Now, mind you, you would want the conversation to run out because if you press B to escape, then you may also stop looking at the sign, which will make this glitch pretty much not happen. As you can see, Ryo's invisible right now. Okay, so here we are back in the game. Now Ryo is invisible. So let's run all the way down Scarlet Hills' stairs. And where it should load, it's not going to. Now also, if you're looking at a sign that's around other zoomable objects, if you hit left and right, the game may treat it as you looking between the two objects. So just be careful when you're trying to perform this glitch. So I'm walking into the area which should be loading Wise Men's Quarter. However, the game, although I'm moving Ryo in that area, the game still recognizes me as looking at the sign. So now, we have just passed through the loading area. So as you can see, I'm running around a version of Wise Men's Quarter that actually isn't loaded, which gives us some interesting things like textures not being there, placeholder textures that you would see if you're just looking into the area. Unfortunately, as you just noticed, I hit the right button on the controller, which brought me back to looking at the signs. Because like I said, if you have a sign next to the one you're using to perform the glitch, it will actually cycle between them and bring you back. And when you press B, we are back in the unloaded area. However, Ryo is now visible, which makes the glitch not happen. And now when we walk to the loading area, it will load. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. It's just a fun little glitch to play around with. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. And as always, have a nice day.